What's up, y'all? All right, so we about to talk a little bit about what happened with the interview with Gayle King and Leslie. Now,
Yeah.
Gayle King, like, you should know better. Number one, you're black. Like,
Such a shame that
Yeah.
she be over there bringing up like
Yeah.
this thing about Kobe after it hasn't even been 30 days since the man has passed away.
yeah,
with
people are
his daughter.
still
Come
grieving.
on.
Like, people are still in shock. People are hurt about what happened. And for you to try to bring something else in that was like closed like back in 2003 or 2004, whatever, like the case was dropped.
Yeah, it was dropped,
like-
done, over.
And then you want to try to bring it up to like get either a reaction or to try to,
Yeah.
she said she wasn't trying to tarnish the guy, but it seemed like
That's the only intention
you
could
were
have had.
fishing for something,
Yeah.
You like the case was dropped. They found evidence of the girl messing around with like 6 people at the same time, like.
So it was done,
Yeah.
like, and the thing, like, when you watch the clip of Gayle interviewing that young lady, it's just like she was also trying to say like, oh well, I felt like she was trying to insinuate that the lady who claimed that she got raped didn't want to come to the stand because oh she's a female. How do you feel because you're a female, or maybe
like
she got paid off?
you
kinda
really
thing.
Gayle, you really feel like, what are you fishing for? Like, you really
She was
fishing
really
for
trying to-
the guy just died, like, and it's not just a random person that passed away. He's an iconic legend. Like, you're fishing for something. You have common sense. Like a lot of like, whether it's radio show, like talk shows, like they fish for things, but
Yeah,
you gotta know what, like, when the time is right,
or when just to leave it alone.
or when just to
you
leave it
kidding me?
alone.
Like, there's so many other things you could have asked about him and his life and his legacy, and then you choose to bring up like one negative thing against like that will basically make him seem like this perpetrator against women. Like, really?
Yeah,
He passed away with his young daughter, and that's something you want to freaking talk about?
And a lot of people, not just black people, but a lot of people are pissed off. Like, you should have common sense. Like, you shouldn't ask that when this tragic thing just happened. You shouldn't ask that. Like,
Less
it's
than
not.
30 days ago.
Yeah, like,
really?
people, like.
And then you're gonna sit there and have that air on TV, and Lord knows how his wife and his remaining children are doing, and then you want to bring that up to talk about that right now? Like,
Yeah,
really?
it's ridiculous, and it's crazy. Like.
It's just a shame, like how it's Black History Month on top of that. And then it's just a shame how, like, black people, we try to be like, oh, we gotta look out for each other, black power, all this and that, but it'd be us tearing each other down.
Let
It's
me
ridiculous.
let me fish for this to make it entertaining or whatever she was trying to
It's just like,
do. But should she give death threats? Nah, I don't think she should. But
I don't, but that's gonna happen because it's so sensitive right now, and it's just too soon for any of that BS.
and shame on the network too, because I listen. I'm sure they knew everything she was gonna ask. Like, I'm sure they knew. They
talked
might
about
even
the
told her
questions.
to ask. Make sure you ask these questions. Well, Gayle, you should be like, you should have some common sense and be like, you know what? I'm not asking this. Don't tell me to ask this.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been
like,
in this game for a
have
minute.
some fucking common sense. Like, it's not that hard.
It's ridiculous. And she seemed so cold in that clip. Like, she just had an agenda, and that was it. Like, it's just a mess. And I'm glad that the young lady that was being interviewed, that she stood up for him.
Yeah, she stood up. She did it perfectly. You could tell that she was a little uncomfortable
and it probably
when Gayle
annoyed.
asked that question about what happened with Kobe and that that lawsuit he was going through. You could tell she was a little uncomfortable, but she handled it like a fucking champ.
And then Gayle had the nerve to ask, do you think this is like an appropriate question to be asking right now? Why would you even ask that? You know it's not appropriate right now. You way out of line right now. And then you're gonna ask
out of pocket, Gayle. You out of pocket.
Like,
You
what?
know? And you're gonna suffer for it. I don't think you should get death threats, but you will suffer for
You
it.
get a bad rap. And the thing was, I used to like Gayle because she was like really supported last year with the whole R. Kelly interview thing and how calm she was when R. Kelly was snapping in his interview. But now to turn around and do this with Kobe, and it's just like,
it seemed to
girl,
me like she likes drama. Like, you're just looking for some fucking drama. Like,
within the black community.
the guy just passed away. He lost his daughter, another 13-year-old girl, another kid in there. Like people
Come
are
on.
grieving.
Come on, girl.
You know?
What you doing?
People love Kobe Bryant, and me myself, I love him too. Like, I'm not saying this, I'm not upset because, well, I am upset. Fuck that, But I don't think she should get death threats, but she gonna feel the pain. She should suffer a little bit.
It's a mess. But she knew what she was doing when you openly asked the question, do you think this is appropriate? Obviously,
yeah, she was looking to, she thought that the network was going to get a lot of views. This was about to be some entertaining stuff. Like,
and if they told her to ask those questions and maybe she felt like she's in a corner and she's doing her job, like, come on. You too reputable. Like, I think you can stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
And like,
there's certain people you can't do that with. Kobe Bryant's one of them. The guy he's such a legend, such an iconic person. You can't do that with Kobe. You can't really do that with Michael Jackson. Some people love Michael Jackson. You can't bring up the little kid. Just let it be.
They're passed away. You gotta let them rest in peace. Period.
Just let it be. And Gayle knew that though. She knew that, but she thought she was gonna get some hits off this interview, by asking that specific question. Like,
yeah,
it's messed up. Yeah, it's messed up. But with that being said,
let us know what you think in the comments.
comment down below.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.